So that whole failure, like most people in their lives, when they fail at something, it really kind of made me think about things much deeper, right? And then when I started to apply myself, I realized that education was something valuable.
Right.
Because somewhere like Pakistan, they've got state schools, so they've got children who don't go to school.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
made me realize that education is actually something very powerful.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like, you know how some people go to prisons and they learn about, suddenly they've got books and they've got education.
Yeah.
It was like that for me. And those people had very high standards, they were very posh, they were like...
You see the difference between those kids that are going to
Yes.
school and those who are not. Whereas
Yes.
over here, obviously,
Everyone's
pretty
in
much
school.
everyone
Yeah,
is in
it's-
school.
yeah.
So it's always a standard.
For granted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that whole episode, when I failed and then I started to get back into it, I realized that education had some real value, and I realized what it could actually do for me. And then it also changed my mindset, because before I went, I had never thought about really... I mean, we were expected to go uni because no one in our family had ever gone uni.
Oh,
but
right.
at the same time, I never knew if I could make it. I never knew if I
Yeah.
could do it. So when I went there, I did that. I stayed there for a few years. It was a life-changing experience for me. When I came back to this country, I was actually 17. I had no qualifications.
Oh.
So I'm back here in England again, but no qualifications.
Yeah.
I was worse than a failure, because I went to college and I said, I want to do GCSEs because
Yeah.
I've never done GCSEs. In Pakistan, we didn't do it. And they said, sorry, you haven't failed GCSEs, so you can't do it. Right? The only way you can do it is if you go back to school.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started on this whole path.
You'd 17,
Yeah.
and you'd have to go back to like year 10, maybe
15.
like 15.
Yeah, so I'll be
you'd
like,
around
yeah,
15
10,
year olds.
11 or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I said, I'm not going back to college, and I started to do something called GNVQ.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
all of us that were on there, especially you intellectual guys, yeah, you were like, GNVQ, we used to call it going nowhere very quickly, right? Because it was like the lesser, it was like seen as lower than GCSEs.
No, but it's vocational, more.
Yeah, it's more vocational, but at that time, you know, people who were doing A-levels, they always looked down on us.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, this guy's doing GNVQ. They didn't know I came from Pakistan, right?
So back when we was in sixth form, like anybody who did something that was a bit like lower standard,
Yeah.
we'd say that's BTEC.
Exactly,
Yeah.
We
BTEC,
just
yeah.
put it, that's
right.
For example,
Cool,
somebody who worked in primary, like, oh,
Yeah.
that's BTEC.
But this is the irony of it. You see the mindset, yeah? That we were on the GNVQ course,
Yeah.
and we all called it going nowhere very quickly. Talk about self-deprecation, right? So anyway, but once I came back from Pakistan, to be honest, like education was a breeze for me. The stuff that I learned there in 2 years, it took my mindset to another level, and it raised my standards.
Right. Okay.
Right? And after that, like in my GMVQ intermediate, I got a distinction. I studied business. In my advanced, I got a distinction. And then even when I went to uni, I kind of cruised through uni. Uni, you know, Pakistanis were very good at mathematics.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to use calculators there. You know, they have,
really?
yeah, you know, you have sine and cosine
Yeah.
math. They would give you a book. So you
memorize
weren't allowed to have a
the-
calculator,
Oh, wow.
and you would open up the book and then you work out the cosine and everything like that. Everything was done
They
mentally.
had like the tables there.
Yeah,
that you could
tables
take
and
it
things like
out
that.
from, yeah.
So like maths was a very strong point. So what
And
I
you
did,
maths and statistics or business. And
so I did
statistics?
business and statistics and information systems.
Okay.
And what I did is I picked my modules very carefully. So anything that had maths in it, I was like, bring it in.
Yeah.
And that's why I bought information systems, because a lot of coding is mathematical.
Yes.
Oh, so
So-
you learnt coding at university?
Yeah, so I learned basic coding there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I brought that in, and those things pushed me up to a first in uni.
And when you graduated, that was just after the .com bubble.
Yeah,
was it?
just after I graduated in 2003, yeah.
Because I think that obviously, I studied IT at that time, and mathematics, stuff like that. It really did, like, I think that's a really good time to study it. Because you can use that skill and create businesses, and they would be very successful.